York from Beijing. And as I understand it, there's some public cloud stuff in China, but elsewhere as well. We'll let him tell the story. Thank you for joining us. Tell us about the company. Tell us about SpeedyCloud.
SpeedyCloud is specialized in providing cloud services such as EC2 services, S3 compatible services, and we have SDN services and CDN services. We have media transcoding services. Let's say it in a word. If you have something need to internet technology, we provide that technology and the services for you. Mm-hmm.
Now, you're based in Beijing. Are all your customers in China?
Most of our customers in China, we help them to expand their services through the China, and we help to expand their services to go globally. But we do have some customers from the Western companies, like Tenable. They provide their security services to China, and they already have a contact with us.
No, I've visited China a few times, and I do an event there usually once a year. The last 5 years, shall we say, a lot of new data centers and a lot of new IT technology being built in China.
Yeah.
So there's a high demand for cloud, I think.
Yeah. You can see that Chinese has the biggest customer base. Let's see, China have a huge user base. Yes, and we do have some huge apps in China like WeChat. And WeChat have 700 million customer monthly. It's monthly active users. So we basically have more than 2,000 American population users in China. So it's huge cloud market in China, and it grows very fast and exponentially.
You know, it's amazing. He's 700 million people, so yeah, it's more than twice the entire U.S. population. Lots of mobile devices. Now, maybe you can help me. Explain to me and to the American audience the thing with numbers. There's so many websites and services with numbers. They have meanings, like 234 service or 478 service. You know what I mean? Or like 59 service. Because of the pronunciation in Mandarin and Chinese means something. You know, websites like that.
Yeah.
And to American, we go, what is the numbers? We don't, you know.
Oh, you know, in China, the Chinese character is hard to input.
Yes.
So we have numbers easy to input. Like we have railway station booking set with number in their host name for people to remember and easy to input.
So this lets the growth happen. It's interesting because, difficult to input the characters. So there's this whole thing of numbers that to American eyes looks funny, but it allows the social media to really go. I mean, social media seems like a big thing over in China.
Wow, yeah, social media is a big thing. In China, people value most in relationships. So social media is social, right?
Yeah.
So, and in China, there is another thing, social media popular. You know, social is over the top when talking about the carrier. So, for example, like WeChat, we are using WeChat texting for free. So most of us using WeChat daily. Even we're using WeChat maybe like 10 or 20 times a day. Yeah, it's so popular. Yeah.
I like it. So you've got a big user base. Now you are SpeedyCloud. Why Speedy? That it's fast service, or you're there, or why is that name?
Why SpeedyCloud? Because speedy means performance. In China, the network is complicated. We have major, like 3 major carriers, and which is China Telecom, China Unicom, and China Mobile. So the network is divided by these 3 players, and the connectivity is not very well. And we have our years of experiences and the sophisticated technology to improve the network connections. And so our customer see speed is the most valuable part of the functionality or features. So we say SpeedyCloud. That means performance is good. There is another word in our slogan, speed up your success, which means we are a service-oriented company. We help our customer to lower their time to market time. You know, fast means growth, right? So that's what speed give us. Yeah.
Speed, success, growth, 700 million customers for just one service in China. We've been joined for a few minutes and here, and thank you very much for joining us. And thanks for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.